Now, imagine defending a government and the interviewer suddenly starts reading your own past statements attacking the same government. Yeah, that's exactly what happened in this interview. On Al Jazeera's Head-to-Head, journalist Mehdi Hasan sat down with Daniel Bwala, a media advisor to the Nigerian president Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, the big question was simple. Is Nigeria experiencing renewed hope or something different? Now, Bola came to defend the government, but Hassan came with something else. Receipts.
Nigerian research firm SPM Intelligence said, and I quote, Nigeria's kidnap for ransom crisis has consolidated into a structured, profit-seeking industry.
At one point in the interview, Hassan starts reading Bwala's previous criticisms of Tinubu before the election, and suddenly the interview stops feeling like a normal political debate and starts feeling like a political detective story.
Your words.
I never said that.
You're just denying.
I never said that.
Because now the question isn't just about Nigerian politics. It's about political memory. Then comes the obvious question.
Said it then, look-alike.
No, I don't know what you meant by that. I know I complained at the time.
How do you go from publicly criticizing Tinubu to defending him on international television?
And at that time, where was I?
You were an opposition member when you say things as opposition.
What is the job of opposition?
To oppose?
Yeah, no, I'm glad you know it.
In other words, what he said yesterday was politics. And what he says today is also politics.
What made you from saying all of those things that you now disavow? What was the grand vision that made you decide, I want to work for this guy?
Definitely our democracy is a lot worse off in 2026 than it was in 2023.
How so?
We literally have no political parties anymore. Another thing that we don't have is any separation of powers between the legislature and the judiciary.
I want people to know something about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu before the man comes to government.
He made a lot of money
Yes,
from Deloitte.
yes.
Deloitte says they have no record of
You see, if you know him.
Now, Bola wasn't debating one journalist. He was debating an entire room.
President Tinubu promised Nigerians constant electricity within 4 years. Yet the national grid has suffered repeated collapses, including twice in January 2026.
Why is it that you allowed the oil companies, the oil majors who've been working in the Niger Delta to exit without dealing with the corruption, pollution problem that has riddled the lives of Niger Deltans?
At one point, it almost felt like Daniel Bwala spent more time defending Daniel Bwala from Daniel Bwala. And for many Nigerians watching, this moment felt very familiar. Because in politics, we see this pattern all the time. Critics become allies, opponents become defenders, and yesterday's statements suddenly become very inconvenient history. But interviews like this remind politicians of a simple reality. Internet remembers. Statements just don't disappear. And in the age of viral clips, archived tweets, and global audiences, receipts always resurface. So when the cameras turn on and the interviewers pull out the old quotes, that's when the real debate begins. And that's the truth, whether it's 60 seconds or a bit longer.